Hi, CI 525 learners. Welcome to week one of Innovations in Learning and Teaching. Our topics this week are innovations in education and the brain. So let's get started. First, we have some housekeeping, as we always will in our weekly videos. And hopefully, you find it interesting, helpful, helps you put everything into context for the week and looking ahead. So far, hopefully you had a chance to get to watch the course overview video and maybe even listen to our song that is posted in my courses. If you have not yet watched that video, please do so because it helps provide some context about the entire course. After you complete that and are done with this week's engagement, if you have not yet done so, please complete our Get to Know You form. And so it will be questions about you and just your professional experience, background, etc. At the end, there's some places that you can share some information with me in case there's anything that I need to know that would be helpful to support you as a learner throughout the next 8 weeks. And also, the information that you provide on the Get to Know You form will be used to create our learning teams, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So it is very helpful. The sooner you can do those, the better. Next, in the first 72 hours of our course, it's very important that you complete the assessment activity. And you'll find that in the week one folder. It's a two-part thing. It's not for points, but it is very important for the university and their course data. So thank you for attending to that. I will also mention that it is important that you continue to log in throughout the course because I forget exactly how long it is, but if you miss too many days in a row in a course, the system can flag you as being absent and can actually start a process that would mean that you don't complete the course. So please make sure that you continue to meet those attendance targets. Next, another request, please read the syllabus. Read it all. I know that it's sometimes familiar, but there are certain things in our syllabi that are very specific for our course, and it's really important that you see them. So please take the time to do that. Okay, so here's our syllabus that you're being asked to read. On the left-hand side, you'll see a table of contents tab set so you can jump to any particular part after you've read it over in its entirety. I will also point out part 3, and this can be very helpful because it helps understand each week what do you need to do by Wednesday or Thursday, or in some cases, Monday, Thursday, Saturday, etc. So the different days and times that things are due are here at a glance, and it can help you for planning purposes. So I hope that that's helpful. Let's see, what's next? Discussion board responses. Please be attentive to the timelines on discussion boards. And the other thing that I wanted to take a moment to highlight, and it goes with our next little bullet point of use of AI in our course. Discussion boards are meant for us to be making our own connections with the learning, not simply to be answering questions. And so we're not going to ask you to summarize things. We're going to ask you to make connections to them and to share your creativity. And so it is not a place for artificial intelligence to author your responses. It doesn't even have to be perfect in grammar and spelling. It's nice if you see a red squiggle to address it, but I would rather have mistakes, grammatical mistakes in discussion boards than perfectly written, grammarly polished, whatever. It takes the tone out, it takes the personalization out. AI can really depersonalize what we are trying to do. So there's a place for using AI, in my opinion, and there's a place for not. And discussion boards are not, unless it's like asking you to create something using AI and then share what you did or your process or something like that. That dovetails into the use of AI in whole. Our assignments are definitely designed for you to make connections and use what we're learning and apply that information. And AI can be a thought partner, but you will see in certain places it says AI is not welcome, and that's sincere. So please use your ideas and your brilliance and share that with us through your assignments. And if you have questions about what's appropriate for AI use, please email me. Don't guess. And please don't simply write, created with the help of blah, blah, blah. That's not what we're intending. We want to be the learners so that we are accurately able later on to guide AI to support us, and we'll have the background knowledge to do so. If you have questions as we go through the course anytime, you can always put them on the weekly form or send them to me in an email, and I will reply relatively quickly. Also, each week we will have an opportunity to learn in community. That's a key part of our course. And two things that we're going to do for that. Number one, I invite all of you to, if you haven't already, put in an avatar for my courses so we can see a little of your personality coming through. That could be a picture of you, it could be something that stands for you, it could be a little emoji guy that you create, or a person or character or whatever. So that's step one. And there are step-by-step directions for how to do that linked into our form for week one. And then we'll also have centering activities each week. And those are tied in with these week one or the weekly videos. So this week's centering activity is to think about, where are we in the world? If we were together in a class, we would be getting to know each other, like, oh, where do you work? Where do you like to go? Like those kinds of things. So what we have is a Google map. It's a collaborative map. You will need to be logged in with a Google account, preferably your Concordia Google account. And what we're asking is for you to create a place mark where you work so that we can see where we are professionally. And so you can start by knowing the address of where you work. And mine comes up there. So there's the pin. When you double click on the pin, I'll zoom out just a little bit. It gives you a chance to name it. And I'm going to save that for a second. I like to save it right away, and then I like to edit it. And you'll see the pin is over here. So I'm going to add my name. And then what do I do? There's one of those red lines because I misspelled integration. All right, once that's done, you can click Save. Now, to take it to the next level and to have some fun with it, you can click the camera, and that will allow you to choose an image. So you could do a Google image search for your school or your logo or something like that. And then you could pick, like I could choose the logo there. Or I happen to know that my building never really comes up. Some of these are other schools in Minneapolis. So in a new tab, I already searched for our school logo, and this is the building that we're in. So I could copy this link, and I can come back over to the map, and I could do image URL, and I can paste that, and I could insert the image. I could insert more images also, so I could save that. Now, if I click the camera again, you could put in video, you could put in all sorts of different things. If you can't, if something's not working there, you can always take a screenshot and then choose the upload button. And that would allow us to browse for the picture, and we can open it and add it. Now, one other thing that's super fun about, so I actually have two of the same thing. One other thing that's really fun about these is that you can change your pin. So if you click the little paint bucket, you can choose if you want it to be a particular color, and then you'll see it change the color of my pin. Maybe I would like it to be something else. Maybe I want it to be, if I click more icons, I have the world at my fingertips. So maybe I would like to type a light bulb. I'm going to do, it says weather, but I like the lightning bolt. So I'm going to do a lightning bolt, and it's red, and now it's not the regular blue pin. And so when those are set, those we don't have to actually save. If you needed to change anything, you can click the little edit pin, and then you can adjust. And so it will be fun to see how our map comes together and to see your pins pop through there. This week we have this video and our community building activity. And then something to keep in mind, excuse me, when you're doing the form for each week, There's always a point to say comments or questions or something like that. Please don't just say not at this time and keep going. Show that you have done some reflection about this or what stands out to you or something so that it's a specific piece. Otherwise, it's easy to skip over the videos and not demonstrate that you've watched them. So that's an important component of being able to get full credit is make a specific connection. All right, so this week we have the video, the community building activity. We have the 72-hour thing and the get to know you form. We have our weekly readings and we have 3 discussion posts. And this week, we only are putting our initial responses. We're not replying to anybody at all. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. And you'll have discussion boards 1.1 and 1.2. Now, 1.3 is a little bit different. You can start working on it now, okay? But we will actually post the 1.3. It's creating a mind map based on the readings. We'll be posting that, to the 2.1 board next Monday. And we will post those or as soon as I have learning teams figured out. Now, learning teams are not a group grade thing. So please, if you're like, oh my gosh, I hate group work because somebody always, whatever. It's an opportunity for you to get to know a small group of people well who have a shared background. And a lot of times in our course, it's much more meaningful if you, let's say you're a kindergarten teacher, it's much more rich for you to bounce something off with a K1 or 2 teacher than it is a high school or a person who only works with adult learners or something like that. So I'm mindful when I make those learning teams so that you can have those rich conversations. And as we go, we'll learn a little bit more about the pacing and how grades work and timing and whatnot. So for right now, just understand that as soon as everybody's get to know you forms are done, I'll create the learning teams and we'll post them and then we'll join those and we'll keep going from there. So if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, looking ahead, like I said, on the learning teams, that's there. On Monday of week 2 or earlier, I will light that one up and you can put your mind maps up. Assignment 1 is due in week 3. You need to use the template that is given to you, okay? And please follow those directions carefully, especially around the version history, and you'll see what I'm talking about when you get into that. If you create something, well, you need to create things for it, hyperlink to them, okay? And then for assignment 3, that's due in week 8, that's an exploration of AI. If you are in the educational technology and AI program and you're with us and you've already taken course 510, that's the virtual classroom. If you've already taken virtual classroom and you're an ed tech student, then you will be bounced into level 2 of that assignment. Otherwise, everybody else will be on level 1. So read carefully when you fill out your first form. If you're not in the ed tech program, you're going to want to make sure that you say, no, I didn't take course 510. And you'll see what I mean when you get there. But hopefully that helps inspire awareness there. Okay, that's what we're looking into for this week. Welcome to class. I'm excited to learn with you, and I look forward to seeing everything that you bring and all of the magic and ideas that you can bring into your classroom and your professional work. Take care, everybody. We'll see you soon.